Hey guys, we're here on the Stim Hack League, up against Pretzel. Yeah, we'll try this hand. Pretzel is so far 1-1 in the league, so we don't know too much about his level of skill. He is playing Silhouette, which is usually a sign of a newer player, but maybe he's got some top secret tech that's going to be incredible. Now, Lotus or Quandary on the deck, or on the hand. Probably the Quandary is fine. Lotus, I don't know. It's a little expensive and probably won't do much more. So I like having the early Caprice. We'll see if we can get our hands on a fast tracker in Nisei. We can push in there up behind the Lotus field. Against Silhouette, I really don't mind just leaving R&D open or lightly guarded for a little while. Most of our agendas protect themselves. Comes with a maker's eye. Why would you not do that the first time? Seems like a little bit of a misplay. Lifts the makers, which happens. I mean, we're only playing 9 agendas, so it's not too surprising. Does mean we're going to have some time to guard R&D. Draw some more ice. We're not going to find agenda right away. There's the Galahad. That's pretty nice. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, let's start icing up. The Lotus on the remote should be good if he's playing Passport. And if he's playing Parasite and he's playing Yogg, there's a lot of places where this will be a good ice to have on the remote. Maybe keep the Lancelot in hand for now to reveal with Galahad. Yep. We're going to fast track, we're going to install, we're going to Caprice. So we're safe to inside job reasonably. Like he has to have inside job and win the side game. And he's on 2 credits, so he has to like take from Katie, maybe draw once inside job. Like we could possibly wait another turn to get our Caprice in already. Maybe even put the second ice. But I really like having the early token to stop siphons with. And with no breakers on the board, I feel fairly safe. But I do think like install Caprice, hedge, install ice is probably fine. There's the Nisei. Okay, this chime is actually quite nice to put on the remote because it's going to stop inside jobs for $1 and maybe freak him out a little bit about what this ice can be. Lotus field copy lowered, but it can be raised. Fairly slow start from him. We'll resist, so I'm going to put a second ice in front of it soon. Just going to build up Katie. Sure. That's going to be a big Katie. I thought about playing Snatch and Grab in this deck, but usually Katie doesn't break things. So now we have the option of stopping inside job or stopping like install passport and siphon. I mean, all in all, I think I'd rather play the Lancelot. Because now we need an inside job. We burn our token if we lose a side game. Then he has to go again. Yeah, let's just res this. We can probably even click hedge fund and chum if we want to do that. But the one ice might do it. This is a fairly beefy ice. So I like that my bank high enough to res everything here. Probably let that through actually. We know where two of our Niseis are, the rest of our agendas are much less important. Unloads the KD. Probably a little worried about me sniping it somehow. So all in all, we don't want to go to $0 or even $1 scoring this Nisei. I think it's going to be smarter to just money up here. As for this chum, I think we do want to stop inside job. It's not a huge risk, but if I can get 2 Nisei tokens, then I can spend one easily on stopping a siphon and still score my agendas. Gets the zoo. Okay. See, zoo is fairly expensive to use here. I mean, he wants to just let it have +2, and then he'll break the next one. Still $6 to break this Lotus Field when it's pumped up. Pretty reasonable remote. Now we're going to bid. I feel like he might bid 0. It's really hard to tell what people do when the token is here. Some people want to bid. Oh, he does. Okay, we'll have to ETR. Some people love to bid 0 just to make their corp spend money. Other people just like kind of ignore the token they bid normally anyway. So right now we don't know whether to read into him that he's going to actually play Sai or if he's just randomizing. Another Caprice is not really what we want. Given that our hit in R&D should be fine. Did he not trash the Caprice? Because he ran last turn, I thought. Anyway, we have fast track. We have no money. Easy mark. Yeah, it's not a great card for him right now. He'd much rather be playing security testing. Since the archives is wide open. I was going to put Crick in, but I ended up putting this Chum instead, since Breakaway wasn't out yet. Subliminal was actually a good draw for us. So was this Jackson. See if we can get him to run on this. And if not, we'll just draw up. Because the best possible draw now is Celebrity Gift, which we have 2 of. 2 hedge as well. He's just gonna rig up, or he's not. Guess I'll let him do that. Maybe it's in his hand, or he just didn't put the breaker he thought in his deck. I'm not sure. So the thing with this fast track is we can't really get a 5-3 and have enough money to score it in the near future. It's Q interface. Yeah, that's gonna come through. 4th action though, so there's no punishment. What we really don't want right now is like shut down in this Lotus field. He's gonna get an expose as well, which should help him, because this would have blown him up had he had $1 more. Gotta trash that Caprice, I think. Is he gonna expose? Okay, well, I reminded him this time. I won't remind him again. There's an NAPD. It's not the worst. Probably just going to check that. Well, it's going to cost us 6 actions and $5 for the Future Perfect, or it's going to cost us 10 actions to score 2 agendas. In terms of speed, we're definitely looking at the fast track 5-3 plan. Garrote. Well, he got that just in time. We'll tax him $1. No, we won't. We'll let him worry about what it is. I don't know, maybe the $1 is actually relevant. But I almost want my money. He could steal NPD either way. If we had more grills, we definitely would show them to make him pay more. You know, I think we just cycled it, the NAPD. We had a different agenda. The restructure is not quite what we're after. So we don't want the, well, the Baku could be okay, the first one. This Caprice. It's kind of a backup Caprice. We have the interns. I think I'll just keep the interns. Send back money, which is kind of what our limiting factor is right now. And the NAPD, obviously. Subliminal is kind of weak. I don't think it's the right choice for this deck. Just need another money slot. You know, like it is good against like Noise Shop or something, but against Criminal, they certainly run every turn. A little bit deceptive sometimes. I think they think you can't afford to score and you just play it out, but oh no, it's not that exciting. Yeah, I will get an ETR here. Would have loved to have some damage on that. It was not to be. It's better than nothing. Another card I'm thinking about is reuse, because often I've got a handful of cards that are just not that exciting. And dumping them all for like, you know, even $8. It's quite a bit of money. These runs don't do anything for him. I still don't want to really pay 4 into my Lancelot with this restructure sitting here. Basically hoping to top deck one of my 3 Future Perfects, and I can just shove it in the remote and not lose side twice. There's security testing. Good for him. That's what he needs. Play the Baku. Continue clicking for money since the Future Perfect has not appeared. So yeah, this is probably now worth resing at $3. The tax has become real. This is not really the ice I want here. Is he not going to force me to res this? Maybe he's worried about Galahad. Like if it was Galahad, it would have blown him out. So yeah, I bluffed him successfully. 4th action. You know what? He can come in again. I'm going to click restructure. I think. He does not really want to siphon right now. Oh, but he will not get to see what this is. Ooh. Tempting to just shove here. Gives me $3 to bid with, but I am dead to siphon if that happens. We gotta assume he's playing siphon. I'm gonna click for money. And we'll shove next turn where 1 siphon won't bring us under a range of finishing our agenda. Well, he's thinking about it. Yeah. So this is something I see newer players do quite often. So if you're a player that's fairly new and you're thinking about this play, think about why this might not be the best play to make. Basically, it's because you're only getting one access. You're not gaining a ton. Your odds of hitting are like 1 in 5. So most of the time you play this card, you're just gonna... nothing will happen. It's a lot better as a surprise to make the runner worry about what you're gonna do. If they have to put stuff out, then you're a happy camper. Put the Caprice back. Probably the other Caprice in case this goes horribly wrong. Like, I had to play this chum out here pretty much entirely because of inside job. Otherwise, you can just jump over the Lotus Field and they have a bunch of money. So you want inside job mostly for high impact runs. And mostly as a shock factor where it's like, oh, surprise, I had inside job and you weren't ready for that. So now 2 things are true. One is that I know he's played one of them. So chances of him having another one have just dropped quite a bit. And the other is that he can't use it for whatever. In this case, in the remote, this is a good defense because it costs him 2 to inside job and it costs him 2 to just ignore this ice. I think what people think when they inside job here is that, well, I'm doing something, I'm getting a chance. But right now when he's at 0, there's no way he can win off this R&D access, so his best chance is to try to keep me from winning long enough to get back in. So yeah, the remote attack is definitely correct. As much of a long shot as it is, he needs to just get in this server repeatedly, try to win the Psy. We are taxing him pretty heavily. Gives me at 6 a pop. He really can't go too many times. This might get stolen, but we'll still be in decent shape. I'm gonna bid 2. See, we can certainly afford it. He does know that. We're gonna have to use our token. Now he has to come again and pay an additional 6 plus his additional bid. Gonna bid 2 again. And now he can't go in again because of the money. So you can bid to win. You can also just bid to tax their credits. In this case, I might have bid 0 just in case, because if he had bid 0, he'd go again. Or no, he couldn't actually. It's what, 6? No, yeah, he just didn't have enough money to go in there. So this is a good play. You're making a run for 3 accesses. And you're taking a chance. Whoa, 4. Yeah, that's right. He does get 4 accesses from the HQ interface. But alas, the agenda is gone. And that's the game. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned, Game 2 in the StimHack League.